Hey, hey, hey. Time for another out of this world story from our space. Wife cheated many times while we dated, even once for money. Short version, my wife and I are high school sweethearts, married young, 20, and have been married almost 25 years. On our wedding day, I knew that she had cheated one time. That's all she admitted to. Over the years, I kept pressing because I knew in my gut there were more. At year 10 of our marriage, she admitted to having cheated twice before we were married. At year 14, she admitted to cheating 3 times before we were married. At year 20, she admitted to 4 times before we were married, but only kissing. See the pattern? Every now and then I need to talk about it and sometimes asked if she cheated more times. This always sets off an argument about her calling me unforgiving and obsessive. My point was that she never gave me the opportunity to make an informed decision to marry her. Other details. I was a virgin. She told me that she was too, but that was a lie. She did not admit that it was a lie until 2 years into our marriage when she admitted to having sex with all of her boyfriends. Over the years, she made me feel bad for having feelings around her story changing. At first, it was a first love leading to marriage kind of story. It turned out to be that I was just one of many, while she truly was my first. Recently, I have had the need to vent, which is why I'm posting. I gave her an ultimatum to admit everything or divorce. She responded with no to information. I know that I will never know the truth and I have to be okay with that, but I wanted her to tell me more, no matter how embarrassing for her. That's the least she can do. Note, she has always minimized her promiscuity as a rebellious period, and that she truly was a good girl who hit a rough period, and we were young. She also mentioned that she was abused into her teens by an uncle. I went off to college and literally shared bathrooms with women and never did anything inappropriate except to make cookies with an entryway mate whom I considered a friend. I've always thought that she cheated while I was away, but no hard evidence. I don't think that she has cheated since we have been married, and our marriage has been good other than this issue that has always lingered in the background. Sometimes I write notes to myself to vent. Here is the latest. Sometimes clarity comes in the middle of the night. A few thoughts. Has she told me everything? Likely not, because she refuses to swear to God, despite me pointing out that it is exactly what you do when you take an oath. She was giving the old-fashioned religious excuse that she knows is not accurate because anyone who takes an oath swears to God. Last time she refused to swear was because she was not telling the complete truth. Conclusion: there is more that she knows that she is lying about. What then? I know that her MO is to tell partial truth but leave out the sex part, which means that, do I think that she has told me everything? Absolutely not. I honestly think that she cheated probably 2 times what she has admitted to. Perhaps she is ashamed, and I can only assume the worst. Early on in our relationship, right after high school, she went to the movies with her sister's ex-boyfriend. She said that she considered him an older brother. I recall her lying about it, but her mother told me about it by mistake. The next day when I came over, the first thing that she said was that they didn't touch each other. What? I think that was her tell. Later she admitted that he wanted to have sex with her and asked her for a kiss. She said that she was uncomfortable and told him to take her home. I have to assume that she had sex with him. With all the others, she told partial truths, but stopped short of the sex part. I'll give you examples if anyone is interested. Her manager at Wendy's was a predator and had sex with the teenage girls who worked there. I remember her telling me that he tried to kiss her, but she told him that she wasn't that kind of girl. I have to assume that she had sex with him. She had sex with an adult neighbor for money. Perhaps she would have sex to get a raise. I don't expect teenagers to make the best decisions. The problem was that she was acting like we shared the same values. Earlier in our marriage, I'd asked if she had sex with another neighbor. Initially, she said no. But later, she admitted having sex with him before we were together. I have always suspected that she had sex with him at least once while we were together. He was always using their phone and spent the night a few times. I have to assume she had sex with him. She had another uncle, great uncle, who was a creep. He used to give her money and help her out. She admitted that he made her uncomfortable a few times, implying that she owed him something. Perhaps she had sex with him, which would have technically been illegal because she was a teenager and he was probably 70. But I could understand why she would be ashamed, and I really do feel sorry that it happened, if indeed it did. Finally, she has another cousin closer to our age who used to abuse her. She recently admitted that this cousin helped her pay for her prom dress and also told her that I would never continue to be her boyfriend because I was going off to college. It is likely that she had sex with him. Again, I feel sorry that this happened, but all I want is the truth. Part of this is my fault because before she admitted anything, The morning after one of the cheating events, she asked a hypothetical question. What would you do if I had sex with someone else? I remember it like yesterday. Keep in mind, I was a teenager. I said I would leave you. She said, just like that, huh? Later that day, she told me that a guy she hung out with the prior night pressured her to have sex, but she did not do it. Rather, she told him to put it away. Of course, that was a lie, but an example of how she has almost always told a little truth, but left out the sex part. Of course, she eventually admitted that she had sex that night. Same MO with the others that she eventually admitted to. This is also my fault because I did get angry when she admitted things over the years. Out of anger, I called her slut and whore. I regret that now and have not called her names since before the second admission, which she admitted at year 10 of her marriage. So she would rather lie than potentially deal with me calling her names and asking more questions. I will likely never know the full truth. Thanks for listening. If anyone wants other details, please message. I also have a question that I would like a mature woman to answer, or any other advice specifically for a woman. Just want to know if my wife's behavior makes sense. Lying about being a virgin. Why? It would not have mattered much. Deep down, I figured she was lying anyway. Lying about how many times? One other thing she does is minimizes the sex she had. Example, I didn't enjoy it. I've only enjoyed it with you. Or, it wasn't what you think it was like. It wasn't like a porn movie. Or, I never kissed while doing it, so it wasn't passionate. Or, I never had an orgasm until I met you. Or, we were never naked. No one has seen me naked. Or, I never saw their penis. After her second admission, I went to a topless club because I wanted to see another woman naked. Despite having co-ed bathrooms in college, I was never inappropriate with my floor mates. I told her about it. That's when she says, no one has seen my breasts. Sometimes this makes me angry, and I say, really? They were inside of you. I'd rather you show them your breasts than have intercourse with them. Does any of this seem remotely realistic? On to the next story. Walked in on her 1-year anniversary. When I was about 18, I'm 20 now, I had this girlfriend we met in biology class in high school in our junior year, and we clicked really well. We always did fun stuff together, and we looked like we were gonna get married until July 1st, 2019. On this particular day was our 1-year anniversary. I decided to go get her flowers, a teddy bear, and a necklace, and surprise her at her house. As I pull up to her place, I see a car in the driveway that's not hers, or her brother's, or her dad's. So I thought nothing of it, and I had a house key her parents gave me a few months before. So I walk up to the steps, then unlock the door, and I walk in, and I see shoes on the floor that aren't mine or her brother's. That's when I start to think the worst. I walk up the stairs slowly to not make any noise, and as I'm walking up the stairs, I hear giggling and moaning noises. I open her bedroom door to find her butt naked, riding this guy, and I walk in, and she sees me, and I start tearing up a bit, and I throw the necklace on the floor and crush it under my foot, and I throw the teddy bear at her and threw the flowers at her, and I walked down the stairs and grabbed her house key her parents gave me and threw it in the bushes outside her house. Next thing I know, she's running out to me in a towel on and says, I'm so sorry, and I said, happy 1 year, and I got in my car, and I sent it down her block, and a couple months later, I found the rubber marks from my car outside her place, and she had to live with that for a long time after that, and I'm glad that it happened. It made me realize to never trust women again after that, and I've been single now for 3 years and happy as can be. One quick comment for the community. Comprehensive ad 6396 says, great escape, bro. She's a horrible character person. Now, she's in someone else's used trash. Focus on your future and health. At this age, you find out her real face. In the future, definitely you will get the best loyal life partner. And that time, she's lost good human being. Make sure you find out a good character person. Then take wedding photos and post them on social media. At the time, she's the best fool in the world. Currently, she's addicted to sex and multiple sex partners and raising someone else's baby. She chose a super life. All the best for your fresh life. All right, moving on to the next story. My girlfriend won't admit to cheating, but there is so much proof. I've been dating my girlfriend for about 9 months. We have had a rocky relationship, honestly, since after the first month we started dating, and it continued to spiral downhill. I saw red flags, but I loved her, and for some reason, thought love was enough to stay. She looked through my entire phone, to a rock in my window when she left her phone at my house, and accused me of looking at her being attracted to other girls. Come to find out, she has been sexting, seeing, talking to, and practically in another relationship with her ex. He DM'd me on Instagram numerous iMessages with dates from July of this year, pictures of my girlfriend touching her body, my girlfriend talking badly about me, and so much more. I immediately asked if I could speak with the girl, and she knew all about my mental health strugglers, and so many personal things. My girlfriend admitted to the picture of her touching the girl, and she said it was a joke to make the other girl's other ex jealous. She admitted to texts of her when she was in bed with me, saying how she wanted to be with the other girl and how she wanted to break up with me. My girlfriend continually keeps saying, yes, I did those things. Then no, I didn't. It was from last year, which it isn't. Then saying, yes, I did that, but I didn't cheat. I am trying to peacefully go, but she is telling me I'm wrong and not to believe this girl. Our reaction from the community goes like this, from Long Jumping Card 928. Exactly what is the attraction to this situation? I mean, is the sex just insanely good and too good to walk away from? Must not be if she spends her time texting, demeaning things about you, right? What am I missing? Get to step and Bubba. Life is too short to be miserable.